The injury that ended Danny Stevens' senior season prematurely back on February 4th, in most seasons, would have ended his Player of the Year candidacy as well. That's no indictment on the Southeastern star, nor is it meant to reflect that the poor kid could do anything about getting hurt. We simply place a very high premium in our evaluation process on postseason performance, how you play at the most important time of the year, and how that contribution powers your team. Absent that factor then, especially relative to everyone else still out there slugging away, that would seem to create an impossible chasm to bridge. But in Danny's particular case this season, a couple of truisms superseded that logic. The first being that he had already essentially lapped the field of contenders this year by mid-December. The second consideration being that we did have an existing and impressive body of March Madness work from Danny on the books from his junior year and leading the Suns to their first sectional crown since 1992. But most germanely of all, is there really a point of even having a Player of the Year honor if a young man of the talent, achievements, and character of a Danny Stevens is not somehow included? So frame this here however you want, as recognition of his unfinished masterpiece of a final high school basketball act, or as simply a career achievement award. Either way, Danny Stevens is our guy. And here is the laundry list of bona fides to back that claim up. His per-game metrics pre-injury were utter lunacy. Danny averaged 29 points per game despite facing every variant of junk defense known to man. He did so on remarkably efficient shooting splits. He also grabbed 8 rebounds nightly to go along with his 2 assists and better than 1 block per game. Those are numbers that made him a first-team Class 1A All-State honoree for the second year in a row from both the Associated Press and the Illinois Coaches Association. He also repeated as the winner of the prestigious Red O'Flaherty Award for overall basketball and academic excellence from the West Central Officials Association. But that only tells a slice of Danny's story. His own accomplishments here may be dwarfed by what he did to elevate his teammates. Southeastern, with so much graduation attrition from last season, looked this summer like a team that was going to struggle to win 10 games, even with a Division I recruit in tow. And yet, by season's end, the Suns had put 23 wins on the board and finished with just 9 losses overall, thanks to the growth of so many of Danny's young teammates, made in the course of this journey. Southeastern's approach, then, was never really to bank on Danny Stevens taking and making every single shot. Brett Ufkes instead wanted to build a team with Danny as the safety net. And Stevens' patience and diligence in finding shots for other guys is as much a part of this risen success as his own gaudy stat line. Moreover, you won't find a better young man to represent his community and tri-state basketball writ large to the world at Mizzou than Danny Stevens. Honor roll student and an Illinois State Scholar ranked #1 in his senior class academically. Not to mention humble, hard worker whose success by example will inspire young kids getting up shots in their backyards for years to come as they endeavor to be that next Danny Stevens. Yes, it might not have been the Hollywood ending his high school career deserved, but there's little disputing that this young man did it right at every turn and in every avenue of his career. A hearty congratulations then to Southeastern's Danny Stevens on his long overdue honor as your 2023 KHQA Boys Basketball Player of the Year.